Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. Here with a special edition of the Wrestling News Weekly. Not really the Wrestling News Weekly, I would say, but I'm, of course, Nick, and as always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Myron.
Pleasure to be here, folks. Also glad to let you know that the two of us were spared by Thanos.
We made it.
Yes.
We survived.
Yes.
You know, what we're doing today, obviously, is a Backlash prediction show. We should have just done an Avengers review show.
Well, at least we have some background on a lot of the reasons they're doing things for the Avengers.
Exactly.
I mean, it's tough, man. There is a lot of things going on for this match today, and I don't know if in this pay-per-view tomorrow, I don't really know how much I know, how much I'm ready to do about it. What do you think?
We talked about it. I'm like, some of the matches are just kind of, is it the big deal because it's just the first pay-per-view that they're co-branded and that, not the big four and everything's mixed up and...
Well, I'm really excited about this because even on the big four, they still kept the card, relative to each program. This is a show where you're going to get crossover matches.
I think this is probably the last of that, from what I know. But my thing is, I think this is just a spillover. They had some of this already starting before the shakeup. Some of it's from the fallout of the shakeup, obviously. The Superstar shakeup not too long ago. So I think this card kind of is... Here's the crazy part. The matches on paper look really good.
Well, there's not a bad match on the card if you just look at the paper.
Yeah, but then we were sitting there going, but why are some of these matches happening? That's kind of the... and of course WWE always rushes to give us a reason why they're happening, but that still doesn't really mean why they're happening. So
yeah, I got you totally on that one.
Yeah, so... So you saw so we're going to go real quick. The Avengers stuff, we're not going to throw any spoilers on. But by the way, Wednesday, how about backpedal? It just made me realize something. They're going to get a first time in a long time where they have 2 shows in a week of us. Are they ready for this?
No, there's not been a show where the two of us have spoke on together on a same week in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's the double drop. It's the dip. It's the double dip, man. Come in for Cinco de Mayo and double dip your chips in some good old Wrestling News Weekly queso.
Damn
Glad
right.
to have you, folks.
Damn right. So anyway, brother, well, let's go ahead and jump on in because everybody, the reason they're here to begin with, of course, is Backlash. The
Backlash preview.
It's the Backlash
preview. The
best
Backlash preview you're going to get.
So let's, everybody claims if you look online, this is the official card as far as the order. I just got something and I wrote it down, brother. We're going to go just in order.
I'm actually just looking at the WWE website right now for my information.
So you're going through websites and stuff, man. I got pen and paper, man. I'm just got notes. That's, I'll take notes. But let's start, on the pre-show. Let's get it out of the way, obviously. It's officially announced. We do know what match is on the pre-show. It is Bayley and Ruby Riott. And, I'll get you go first and what's your take on why, we were like, why was this match even happening again?
This is a setup. I mean, it's a quality match. And if you read the WWE's description, it says, Bayley and Sasha, the trouble between the two of them, the heat. And then somehow the Riot Squad just shows up. They did this thing where they switch people back and forth. That's how they just showed up. And so can Bayley take on Ruby Riott and the rest of the Riot Squad? And it's, okay, we know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to be expecting Charlotte to come out once the 3 members of the Riot Squad go in there and start whipping Bayley's ass. It's going to happen. You're going to get in a match. You're going to get a quality match. Ruby Riott's a top-notch wrestler. Bayley is phenomenal. I think most people forget that Bayley is a damn good wrestler on top of the fact she's just a gimmick. She's not a gimmick. She's a great wrestler. And you're going to get this match. You're going to see as it goes on. It's going to wind up being a thing, and we're all going to expect Sasha to come out. Does Sasha come out to help her friend Bayley? Does Sasha come down to the ring? Does Sasha turn heel? Does Sasha come down and help Bayley, then turn heel? This is some kind of setup. I don't know where they're going with this, but it's some kind of setup. So that I don't think what's going to happen tomorrow night on Backlash is going to give us resolution to the whole Bayley-Sasha drama. it's going to start something or end something or get something bigger out of it. But it's not going to be like some kind of major revolution. Your take?
Well, my take on it is, obviously I agree with you. It's just the progression. The major story is the progression of Bayley and Sasha. But at this point, with moving the Riot Squad over, so you got a massive group of heels now. Mm-hmm. Don't they kind of really, I guess at this point, have to leave Bayley and Sasha as baby faces now?
We're going to get kind of stuck. I haven't looked at the breakdown since the brand split about who all, how many heels they've got on there now, but you don't want to get in a point where it's overbalanced. The Riot Squad is a group that are actually better than the sum of its parts. They're all good together to get these talents, to get Ruby, to get not Mandy Rose, who's that one that looks like Mandy Rose, the attractive blonde,
Liv Morgan,
and the chick that talks like she eats squirrels all the time. Once they get over, these are all great wrestlers. Okay, the squirrel eating chick, it's quite established. Crazy Mary Dobson was her name on the Indies. I think she's got a very good wrestling background. This whole
am I deranged that I find her attractive?
I find her extremely attractive. In a Duke kind of way.
Maybe we're real country, I think. Maybe that's our problem.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Alabama, and I mean, something about me just wants to talk about squirrels with her. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where it's going. But the thing is, once they get these three over, they have a great ability to pop one out as a face. They got all kind of possibility to work with this. I really like it. I think they're going to do great things with the Riot Squad. Where it's going, I can't predict, but I'm enjoying it. What do you think, man? Are you gonna sit here and watch this match tomorrow night and be like, when's it going to happen? When's the turn? When's it going to happen? Where's Sasha? Where's Sasha? Where's Sasha?
I think that the Riot Squad's just going to have the numbers tomorrow, even if Sasha gets involved. I think Ruby Riott gets the win, and then somehow, some way, maybe Bayley. There's some way she can. I just think, and I know it's probably not going to happen, but I'm sticking with something's got to happen where Sasha comes down for the save and legit makes the save, because they just that threesome of heel women stacked it back in the department where they kind of need her to be.
Yeah. Well, where is there another face that can help them? Is there somebody that just sticks out in your head?
I mean, really, Nia Jax is it.
But
you got to think about
her storyline.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking of the overall stack of a card right now for the women on Raw. You've got Bliss, Mickie James, the Riot Squad. So there's 5 heel women.
Mm-hmm. You got Natty and Ronda working together. Which I don't think they're not gonna split any of that storyline up right there.
And I mean that's what I'm saying. You've only got a limited number. You got Natty as a babyface. Ronda Rousey's a babyface woman, but by the way, take her out of the equation almost out of everything.
She's not going to come out on a pre-show match.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And then you've got Ember Moon is another babyface over there.
Yeah, I like Ember Moon a lot. I like Ember. Apparently, I couldn't determine if her husband or boyfriend had a very racially controversial shirt that he was selling that he had to take down off his website. Because did you see that?
Yeah, we'll dodge that. We'll save that for Wednesday.
We're not gonna even. I mean, not even get into it. But that's a weird point to have. Especially when your wife our girlfriend just gets up to the roster and you're going to be some kind of dick that puts a shirt out there to get her in trouble. Yeah. No, stop, sir. All
right. So that's enough for a pre-show card. We rambled on for almost 10 minutes. It felt like for about a pre-show match.
I can cover anything for extended periods of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm Ruby Riott on this one. That's my prediction.
Yeah. You got to go Ruby Riott on this one. You got to go. I like her. And I look forward to seeing her do big things.
All right, well, let's jump on down the card again. Not going in any particular order, folks, so don't scream and shout at us as you're driving along or anything. We're going with Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley versus KO and Sami Zayn. This was the first one that, and everybody can holler like, well, they did this. Okay, why is this match happening?
This match is happening to No, I have no idea, actually. I was going to make up some big line of shit about why it's happening. They have to have Sami and Zayn on a card, I guess, because they draw so much heat. And then they've got Braun and Bobby. Bobby's the new hire. Braun is the superstar. They got to put him in there somewhere. And apparently the tag team got a positive, pop when they put them together. Because, I mean, look at them. They're giants.
They're monsters.
Yes. And I like a monster tag team. I still remember the Super Machines,
And if you listen to Something to Wrestle With It, it was the Big Boss Man episode. You remember you got the whole Akeem and the Boss Man tag team. So
yeah, I like a giant, mean ass tag team, and it'll get Bobby Lashley some time to build a little bit more credibility because people don't remember, folks. People don't remember he was there before.
Yeah, there are lots. There's a generation.
People don't know he's
remember.
been on TNA kicking ass for several years now.
Well,
they don't know.
He was
Your average wrestling fan.
He was on Impact too, just so.
Yes, he was on there from TNA to Impact.
Yeah.
But your average wrestling fan does not know all those things. The people that watch Raw, the 3
million people.
Yeah, but you get 3 million on a show. You got 1.5 million subscribers that can see Lashley's whole work. You got 300,000 people tops that watch Lashley on Impact. Let's cut the math. Your average kid laying in the floor in front of the television does not know Lashley was there before. What the hell Lashley's doing? They need to get him over a little bit.
Well,
Braun has the rub, the massive rub right now.
I think it's the typical WWE situation. You signed Lashley, you brought him back, you didn't really know what to do with him, so let's throw him in a tag team for a minute.
Yes.
Think about it. They did
matches.
They did the same thing with Shelton Benjamin when he came back.
Yes, also Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah,
what are they doing with him now? That's the guy I can't quite figure out where he's going.
Well, now he's back in the singles where he belongs, so there's that. So they figured it out, I think, down the road. But Strowman can't not be on a show, I guess, is their philosophy. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn can't not be on a show. So they had a devastating match, this past, which we discussed on this week's Wednesday show about why was Strowman and Roman Reigns on a team together, but we won't even go back to that topic.
It's caused short memory. No one has a long-term memory when it comes to wrestling, except old guys. Your average wrestling fan just tunes in. But things work in the real life. Things actually work in the real world these days, where things change so dramatically. So, I agree that they should have maintained continuity in the storyline, but I don't know if that's even important anymore.
Nah. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it really, who do you got in this match? Because it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
I mean, we got to pick. Unfortunately, that's kind of what we do on the show.
I can't pick against Braun and Bobby. But Kevin and Sami are greasy. And poor Sami, every day Sami sticks with Kevin Owens, he loses something. His shine is gone. His smile will be gone before too long next. If he continues to work with Kevin Owens, his smile will be gone.
Could be.
You know what happens when you lose your smile, man.
Yep, you got to take your ball and go home.
Yep. So you got to give it to the monsters, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're just they're just jacked to the gills. They're just massive cut big dudes. The monster among men, but now there's monsters among men, I guess. Yeah. It's the plural. But hey, I'm going to actually ask you real quick. I'm going to interject here. Yes. New little sponsor to the show, man. I'm going to bring up to you TotalFitnessExperts.com. It's actually a project by friend of the show, Austin Idol.
Now, I don't know if you were kids about the time I was, but Austin Idol, to me, he was the prototype for Hulk Hogan. He was the guy. He was the body. He was the talk. He was the look. He was the swagger, the matches. He was the man growing up.
He was the universal heartthrob. And how did he get there? Hard work, determination, eating right, working out, doing the right thing. And if you're looking to do the same, check out TotalFitnessExperts.com. It's a new program. It's a really cool concept. It's a website where if you're in search for, a personal trainer, that's what they're doing. They're trying to hook people up with personal trainers, fitness, nutrition booklets, workout booklets, all the good stuff. So just check it out. TotalFitnessExperts.com. And there's a little bit of stuff on there about Austin Idol as well. And then once you check that out, go into your Google machine and look up some Austin Idol matches. They're the old stuff in Memphis was classic stuff. But we just wanted to throw in there, new sponsor to the show, and welcome aboard to TotalFitnessExperts.com with our buddy Austin Idol. All right, man. Well, let's get back to the action here. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton for the United States title. I can answer this one while this happened. I'll start this time. This is Randy's rematch clause from losing at WrestleMania. So essentially that's what this is. You could go either way with, they did the tease of Hardy stole his thunder the first week when he came down on SmackDown when he was introduced that he had moved over in the Superstar Shakeup. They teamed last week. We got the typical, they're fighting at a pay-per-view, so they got to be on a tag team, and Orton gave him an RKO out of nowhere. Who didn't see that coming? It was funny. Lewis texted me that. I was like, I never saw it coming. Sarcasm. I'm like, I know.
It's an RKO. You never see it coming.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere. Lewis, for Christ's sakes, pay attention. Quit watching that damn, those weird little wrestling channels you watch and get the network back.
Yeah.
Come on, Lewis. Do it for the team.
So, I'm going to go, truth be told, I don't think they could really go wrong with putting this on anybody. But I think Hardy's got the momentum with the strap.
Yeah.
Leave it on him for now. At least it gets, because Randy is U.S. champion. Randy doesn't need a belt. He's so set. He's so locked. He doesn't need one.
No. And this is, to me, this match is a contrast of style. It's an innovator, a guy that comes up with new things to do all the time versus somebody who's been doing the same moves forever. One guy is high energy. One guy is controlled.
Well, hey, friend of the show, the Littman on over on Twitter, everybody, will go, he's been friend of the show for a long time. Chocolate dip cone, man. Shout out to our boy. That's Orton still the same. Tastes great. You won't be disappointed.
Yep.
But it's not actually the best thing that you're ever going to find on the menu, right?
And it's a good filler. This is a good filler match. It's going to be a decent match. People are going to get heat over it. People like it. You can't go wrong. I like it.
He's a pro. Like I said, everybody always joke about when I go through Dairy Queen, if you turn and look at the menu and you don't know what you're going to get, you just get the chocolate dip cone because you're going to be happy with your choice. That's all I'm saying. But Orton's a phenomenal worker, and anybody who says, anything really negative about him, I just think doesn't watch it enough, but whatever. But I'm still going to go with Hardy. I think Hardy gets the win and takes the United States Championship home. You agree?
I agree with you 100%.
Let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship. I guess I should be specific. You got Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. Nia just had her crowning moment at WrestleMania. She gets the title. Bliss is doing this whole Nia was actually the real bully angle. I am so not a fan of.
Okay, I do not like what they've done with this. This has been in the middle of their anti-bullying campaign. We get this crap. We get fat shaming. We get bullying. We get all the things that are unlikable about people: hate, jealousy, anger. And one thing with bullying in the middle of why have an anti-bullying campaign if you make a bullying storyline? Not just a bunch of guys boxing out, but a bunch of snotty chicks talking about some chick being fat. That's not cool. I got a daughter. You have 3 daughters.
Yeah.
It's not cool. They've done the wrong thing with this. I don't like that. And my God, if I can come back and say, my girlfriend who is not a wrestling fan, but since Mania has been getting caught up more and more and more in the storylines, saying this storyline is bad enough to make her stop watching. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they're going. Nia and Alexa will be a good match. Just on the match itself, be a good match. Mickie James, if they can keep her out of it, it's got a lot of potential. It's got a lot of potential. They let her in it. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to look forward to this match. This is one of my premier matches on the card that I get excited about. I don't like how they got here, but I want to see these two wrestle.
I want to see it, and I want to see it end. I mean, I want to see them wrestle, but I want to see the
get the blow off.
I want Nia to get the win here, which is my prediction, is Nia Jax. And maybe we move on and we figure out a way of get Alexa Bliss tied up with somebody else for a moment. Oh, that's a picture.
Yes, sir. I take some notes on that.
Yeah, that's
who are we going to book on Nia next, man? We're gonna do
luckily
blow off.
That's not my problem at the moment. That's the good thing. We just need to get them away from each other for a minute. I think.
I sure do enjoy this.
I do.
They've done seriously, and I'm making a joke. I'm being misogynist, and after all the Saudi Arabian stuff, I understand that's probably not popular, but these are attractive women. Okay, and they're doing a great job, and they're featuring them, and they're also great wrestlers. And if we can get over the fact that they're attractive and just watch the wrestling, we get great quality wrestling. But we also get eye candy.
Yeah. Well, who do you got? Who's your choice?
I gotta go with Nia, man. She's like 3 Alexas.
She's 2 Alexas.
2 Alexas.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of this, to me, the next match on the card's probably, and people are going to laugh when I say this probably, match of the night, is my prediction. Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Let's all go for the record and say we pretty much think the outcome's predictable.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins has been tied up with this feud over on, Raw now, where it's not the heated feud because there's no defined heel yet with Finn Balor. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, everything we hear is there's going to be a main, heel turn by Finn Balor, and we're going to get a heel Balor versus Seth, which I'm looking forward to, by the way.
You get The Miz versus Seth Rollins. You know you're going to get a good quality match. You're going to get 2 guys who have worked and know how to work and can put on matches that people are entertained with.
Yeah.
I don't know what they hope to accomplish besides putting on a good match with this, because they're on different promotions. They're on different shows, technically. And you're not going to see them wrestle again for a long time, or till when they do one of these again. But I love The Miz and Seth working together. What's your take on that?
I've said it from the get-go. I think it's going to be it's going to be probably the match of the night. I think I think that the no-brainer pick is that Rollins wins the match. Miz, even though he's doing, some of his best work on the mic and in the ring, same thing, man. I was talking the other night to a friend of the show, Eric Stanton, who used to do a show for us way back when we started, and he kind of said the same thing. Miz is doing easily his best work ever, but Miz is on SmackDown now. The Miz is going to go into a feud with Daniel Bryan down the road, or whatever. So it doesn't make any sense for the Intercontinental title to move over there because the U.S. title's already on that show. So that's a given. I think that's kind of done for now. So Rollins obviously wins, but I'm hoping it's something to do with either, Finn Balor getting involved, because Finn Balor's not on the card. So there's just something, and maybe that's where we get the heel Balor, maybe.
Do you think, and this is just a crazy question, do you think one show, you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think one show could handle having the United States and the Intercontinental title on it?
You could, but the problem is then you would be literally the only title you would have over on Raw is the Universal title, and it's not there every week.
Yeah. So if we look at it, as somebody who thinks they know a lot about the WWE, it's going to be Seth Rollins. He's going to take the title back. He's going to build a feud that's going to be main event level pretty soon, because, they don't have a main event guy on there every night, the guy with the belt. So, yeah, they'd be fools to change this down, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. So, that's like I said, Rollins is a no-brainer on the pick. But I think we get a phenomenal match. Oh, yeah.
Unsafe Seth versus super safe Miz. That's, everybody says Rollins is not safe, and everybody says Miz is too safe. So it should be a good contrast in styles. I look forward to this. I think it's going to be really good quality.
Again, match of the night, in my opinion. We haven't even seen it yet. Let's kind of stroll on down to probably the match I might be looking to the least out of every match on the card, which is kind of hard to do on this card. Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. We got the build up basically from the Greatest Royal Rumble, so we actually know why this match is happening. Because he eliminated him obviously at the Greatest Royal Rumble after that record-setting appearance that he had going. He attacked him obviously then on SmackDown and put a beat down on him. By the way, wouldn't you say?
I got a question, and this is actually serious. Daniel's come back, and it's he's great to have him back. He's a great talent. He's drawn a lot of things, but has anybody told him this is a work and not a shoot? You look at his chest after the Greatest Royal Rumble. Why? He wanted to sell. He sold for Roderick Strong, for Christ's sakes. He sold a guy from the 205.
No, Roderick, his main thing is okay, you're right.
And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously. If you're going to take those kind of chops, take those kind of chops from somebody like Strowman or something. And I'm not putting Roddy down because Roddy's a great guy and a great talent. But that wouldn't have needed to take that on a show in Saudi Arabia that you should have just softballed and got slung out of the ring or pulled a Ric Flair and just hung down on the bottom and not let anybody hit you. But not that they had you booked for this. It's a battle royal. There was no need to take that kind of shot. And there's no need to go risking your neck and doing the dangerous stuff again. Daniel, it's a work. Okay? You win. You beat Cena. You got the the Bella twin for life. Calm down.
But now the question is, can he beat the big man, Big Cass at Backlash?
Well, here's the thing. Big Cass is just coming back from injury. We need this refresher to remember why he's relevant. It's a good thing to put him in a rivalry with a guy like Bryan because Bryan's top shelf right now. I don't think he works anywhere near the level that Bryan does. And it's not going to be an entertaining match.
I disagree. That's the funny part. It's the match I'm looking forward to the least, but it has nothing to do with, because I think Daniel Bryan is going to dance around the Big Cass and bump for him and make him look great.
Why do that? Why do that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying that I think, Big Cass. First of all, Big Cass has to look good because he is the big monster coming back. But we've all, I'll go on the record now and tell you, my opinion is after the loss, because these matches, by the way, aren't happening back to back, in my opinion, because I think the Miz gets involved in this match and we find out Big Cass has been Big Cass is the replacement for the Miztourage over now on
I think
SmackDown.
It's an upgrade.
And I think, he's going to have somebody who's a legit a heater. He's going to have a big bodyguard. I think that's a big plus for him. But I think this match is solely to be the stepping stone into the Daniel Bryan Miz feud that everybody wants. We just had to get out of. There's just so many things we were tied up. We had the loose ends we had to tie up before we could get there. Coming off of Mania, the shakeup, and then the Greatest Rumble. So all those factors kind of got us into this card. And so I think Big Cass coming back, if nothing else, it puts him in a spotlight match because everybody's going to be intrigued about Daniel Bryan, coming back still. So, so that's why I'm excited about, that part of it. But I just think, I think Big Cass gets a win because Miz gets involved. I don't know why I think that, but that's just where I'm at right now.
Okay. This is my next thing. How do you think that Big Cass was able to put himself in a position where he is a bigger draw than two legacy wrestlers? The son of Kurt Hennig and Mike Rotundo, the Miztourage. And also, I don't get it, man. It's.
I can answer it easy.
How's that?
Because he's 7 feet tall and you can't teach that.
Yeah. I got to give you that. They always say big and they like monsters.
Well, no, they've always said Vince likes big monsters. He likes 7-footers, 6'10", guys he loves. And guess what? It was a catchphrase for Enzo, but it's the damn truth. I mean, when you get I don't care if he's not a legit 7 foot. If he's 6'10", 6'11", whatever, you can't teach it. I mean, it's just when he stood against Daniel Bryan, it just looked insane.
Oh, yeah, it's a big difference, and it's going to be a David and Goliath type thing.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's a draw. It's a draw.
So I think out of that, I think you get, like I said, I think you get the Miz, heater. You get the Bodyguard, Big Cass, and the Daniel Bryan Miz feud's off to the races. But Big Cass gets the win for the legitimacy. Because let me ask you the flat out question: wins and losses don't matter to Daniel Bryan. He could lose. Like John Cena lost 6 straight pay-per-views and nobody cared. It was still John Cena. Daniel Bryan,
John Cena. Yeah. He's still got like 14 movies. He's still going to be in a Rock production.
But I'm saying is Daniel Bryan is bulletproof as well.
Yeah. There's nothing hurt Daniel Bryan. He is almost Christ-like, for lack of a better way to put it.
He's so over with the fans it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. You gotta give Cass a win.
Sure,
you definitely do. I just am glad. You saw what they're doing with the Mr. Raj? Where they're going around trying to work their way and get on with somebody else, find another benefactor.
They'll get there. They'll get there. We'll see.
I know they got to have jobbers, man, but they have not had the big. Well, they haven't had any releases since they did this, and since they brought all those people up after Mania. It's got to happen sometime. I know they had to fill the Greatest Royal Rumble. I just wonder, who's next.
I don't know that they need to release anybody. I mean, I think they need the bodies right now with all the shows going, in my opinion. So I'm good with that. So, well, let's pedal on, man. Let's get to some of the favorite matches here. I'm going to actually save one that was on my next on my list, and I'm going to jump to the SmackDown's Women's Championship, Carmella versus Charlotte.
Carmella would win the award I gave to Nikki Bella a few years ago for most improved. She is over the top. Everything she's done has gotten better. From the promo to the modeling pictures to her work in the ring. She's a heel, and you dislike her. She makes you dislike her. She's a heel. Motherfucker. An extra mayonnaise. An extra cheese. Sorry, I can't do that Bruce Pritchard cornet very well. But, yeah, I mean, she's a hated heel, and she's becoming the legitimate wrestler to back up that hating heel, not just some kind of gimmick, where you don't, where they're dislikable, but they can't wrestle in the ring. She's actually getting to the point where she can wrestle. Charlotte's going to have her hands full. We're going to see a good match out of this. Is it going to be the best match ever? No. Is it going to be 6 stars in the Tokyo Dome? No. But I think we're going to get a passionate match where you see feelings work back and forth, and you're going to get the absolute talent of Charlotte just overwhelm her in the end, and Charlotte's going to get her belt back.
So your pick is Charlotte.
I could not pick against Charlotte Flair ever. I don't care who she's fighting. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I actually agree. As crazy as that sounds, right? There's saying we've tooted Charlotte for God knows how long she's been around at this point. I think she gets her belt back, and I think she's off to the races. And I think we've had this conversation in the past on the main show here on Wednesdays on the Wrestling News Weekly. Charlotte Flair is going to be the one who chases down Ric Flair's record, not John Cena.
Eventually, yes. You really think with Cena there tied that they're going to hold him and never give it to him again? Then Charlotte will be able to catch him.
We'll my quick answer, and we can have this conversation down the road, is yes. John Cena has said he has no interest in breaking Ric Flair's record, so there. I don't think he really cares to.
Okay.
So, but that's a whole. I mean, Plus, let's be honest with you, the real record is like 22, but only 16 are recognized. Blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
So, but I think Charlotte gets the belt back. I think Carmella only, and I hate it for her, don't get me wrong, but I only think Carmella won the title was because it was a tool they used to introduce the Iconic and to get the cash in for the Money in the Bank, to get the pop, for the cash in.
Yeah.
That moment was used just for those two reasons, and now let's get the belt back on the Queen.
Yeah, and they had to basically. What's the word I'm looking for? They had to get the damn briefcase out of her hand because we're going to be coming up on again another hanging belt from a thing.
Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yeah, Money in the Bank. That's the name of it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Iconics, I mean, giving them an opportunity, they're going to be money, man.
It gave them a spot for some heat. And like I said, I mean, but now we are at Backlash, and Flair gets the belt back. I mean, and who knows where they go after that, but in my opinion, that's my pick. God, I think it's a safe one.
When you say Flair gets the belt back, it's like, wow.
We made the joke on the WNW this past Wednesday that we're back in the 80s again, and a Flair's champion again. So,
yeah,
I mean, just is what it is. You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But anywho, now let's jump into, because we believe we know what the main event will be. So let's jump into the next match, and that is Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. And this is going to be a, split brand match, call it whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Reigns from Raw, Joe from SmackDown. But this feud started back on Raw a while back, obviously, when Joe returned. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a blow-off.
Yeah, and it's a good blow-off. And it's Joe, a Samoan from a different Samoan tribe, and Roman Reigns, a different Samoan. You're going to get an all Samoan match, and everybody thinks that's, in the wrestling industry, that's super great. And it could be interesting, man. I've seen Joe work. The guy is amazing. A much better worker than Roman, but he doesn't have the flair of Roman. And he's not thin and super built, and he doesn't have the look Roman has. It's going to be a definite quality match, because, Roman doesn't wrestle bad matches. I don't care what anybody says. Roman's a quality wrestler. He's not liked, but that doesn't mean he can't wrestle. Joe's a good wrestler. It's going to be really entertaining to see this go down. I can't wait.
I think this could be one of the hardest hitting matches of the night, because I think these two are going to go toe to toe. In my personal opinion, here's the crazy thing where I'm torn. Mm-hmm. Roman took some beatings the last couple pay-per-view, at WrestleMania and at the Rumble, at the by Brock Lesnar. But Joe, kind of moving over to SmackDown needs a little steam as well. Because we predicted this past week that he's going to kind of somehow probably slide into the WWE title picture. So, I mean, here's the thing. There's no shame in losing to Roman Reigns if you're Samoa Joe, but, doesn't he need a little bit of a bump of momentum?
Well, that's the thing. If you lose to Roman Reigns, does that really hurt you? Because, they say, Reigns is a guy. Roman Reigns is picked, whatever you want to say about Roman Reigns being the guy and the chosen one. If you lose to the chosen one, I don't think it hurts you. Well, if nothing else, it makes people like you because you lost to the guy nobody likes.
Well, but the problem is with Joe right now is, he's talked about how Roman couldn't get it done, and Rose, he's just all those things. I just don't know that. Who needs to win more? Let me ask you that. Who needs to win more? Roman, who's had those just loss after loss to Brock Lesnar, or Joe coming back? This is really his, he had that 4-way ladder match thing that he was involved in at the Rumble, but that's it.
Yeah, this is going to go to Roman, and it's not going to hurt Joe. That's the only way I can state this. There's no way losing to Roman hurts anybody.
I'm going to go the
Roman's
other way.
Roman's going to get his super shine back. That's me. That's what I'm going to go with on it.
Yeah, I'm going Joe. I just think I think Joe needs this win. Joe, and if nothing else, that I'm thinking that if it's almost, are they going the sympathy route with Roman? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if they give him one just to make him look better,
No. I'm saying another loss to get people off of the whole, like, Roman's the chosen one. He lost at Mania. He lost at the Greatest Rumble.
Like that lame bit where Vince suspended him.
Just silly stuff, but I'm just saying, but just to keep, just maybe Vince is on the route of trying to convince people that he's not the chosen one. That he's going to
fair
lose.
enough.
He's going to lose. He's going to lose. Joe gets a win. Because then Joe can go back to SmackDown and say, "I told you, this is what I was going to do, and now I'm coming after that WWE title." And he's kind of got some legitimacy because he just beat Roman, on Backlash.
Well, I've seen Joe and Nakamura, and it's a great match. I'd love to see Joe and AJ now, not when they were 14. I mean, it's been a while since they've worked together, right?
Impact.
Yeah. So, dude, you done thrown some questions in my way. You put some doubt into my plan.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Yes. So I'm still going to go Roman.
Okay. So you got Roman. I'm
Reigns.
going Joe. So then we're going to come to what we think will be the main event, obviously. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE title. I'm liking heel Nakamura, by the way. I mean,
I am too. I'm tired of the dick shots, though.
We talked about that. You're right. On Wednesday, we're tired of the low blows.
Stop. Leave the man's privates alone.
Well, here's the thing. It's a no DQ match, so you're going to see a lot of low blows.
You might hurt his genitals for good.
He's got to have the strongest, he's got to have the strongest set of coconuts of anybody.
Well, the thing is, when he gets him, he doesn't just get he gets the cupping action and gets the forearm and just smashes all around his meat and two eggs.
Exactly. And I've got it from a personal source. I have it that AJ himself is asking, I've got to have, good thing he's done having kids, right?
Because, I mean, it's going to, hurt to swim, man. It's scary. I don't, just thinking about it hurts me. And I think that might be where they're going, man. Because, seriously, everybody can relate to getting hit in the nuts. You can't just go out there and say, well, I don't know what that would feel like.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, it's like, I sat in a seminar one time with Al Snow, and that's what he said. People, when you get suplexed, they don't know what it feels like to get suplexed. When they, certain things. But if you get punched in the head or you get slapped in the chest or you're slapped in the, it's like basic principles. Like, I've been slapped. That hurts. And guys, if you take it, you take a nut shot, you know what that feels like.
Yeah, it's not fun.
We've all been there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Even if it's just accidental.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a man can escape life without accidentally having some kind of ding to the nuts if he trips on something or the dog jumps up and hits him.
We've all, for some reason, we've been hit with a ball there or something, with sports or something. And
yes, we watched those funny videos on the internet where the guy from that show from
America's Funniest Bob Saget.
Yes, yeah. Bob Saget talks about guys getting hit in the nuts with a football. It's really it's making me hate Shinsuke.
Well,
they're doing the right thing. A man that hits people in the dick absolutely just frequently and carelessly like that man is a heel.
Well, here's what I want. You really want to emphasize how much of a heel he is.
Mm-hmm.
We want what we know this match can be, right? We know this match can be a 6-star Tokyo Dome match.
I want to see some of the Tokyo Dome shit, man. And I don't want to see just.
Well, here's what I'm thinking though. How much heat does this draw if AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura are putting on that 6-star classic and it ends with a nut shot? I mean, how much heat, and Nakamura walks out of there with the gold? With people, that would just be heat. That's Ric Flair, Yes, I'm the greatest, I can wrestle toe-to-toe with Ricky Steamboat, but I'm going to pull his tights and win the belt. Or I'm going to, something like that, because that's just it.
He was the best ever, man.
Well, here's the thing. Nakamura doesn't have to do the low blow behind the referee's back. He could do it right in front of him, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
But my problem
AJ, I'm thinking about you, brother. I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
I get down on my hands and knees and pray and hope you don't have any horrible damage done to your men parts in this match with that horrible heathen.
So
you're not hitting people in the ding dong.
So who's your prediction on this match?
I go with AJ.
See, that's the thing.
They can't put the belt on Nakamura because Nakamura can't talk. But they're making him a legitimate heel. So now you've got a good quality 2 heels for AJ that could go anytime. Joe and Nakamura, you can work them back and forth between different programs. Keep the belt on the face.
So here's my problem. You know why? Do you want to know why I'm leaning Nakamura?
What's that?
It's an ODQ match. But I'm using a little strategy here. We've went heel, baby, heel, baby. You know what I mean? I'm trying to balance out my predictions here. But the flip side is, they like for people to go home happy, but at some point you have to have the heel the heel win the championship. And would you rather?
Well, Nakamura he's still popular.
He's still popular, but they're trying to make him. Well, my point was, if he ends because of a low blow after a phenomenal match, everybody's going to be really ticked off, and there's going to be a lot of heat involved. So my question, more of anything, is: do you want the heel to win the championship? Do you want him to win it at Backlash, or do you want him to win it at SummerSlam, or do you want it, Money in the Bank? Some of the bigger, because Money in the Bank's becoming a bigger pay-per-view, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, it's edging up there.
So, but you got Backlash. I'm like, that's a pay-per-view that the heel, wins the championship. The babyface wins it at Money in the Bank, SummerSlam,
Yeah. I'm hearing you on that.
So, and of course, like I said, I waffled back and forth on as far as the heel win, baby win, heel, baby, back forth, trying to level out the card so it's not a. But hell, we went through cards, right? Where it's like heel heavy, where heels just won the shit out of all the matches.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the hell,
Okay, I'll go along with you. They're going to give it to Shinsuke. You've talked me into it. So it makes sense.
There's some logic there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong. I think if you're ever going to do it,
wrestling.
By the way, we love AJ. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world, right? So,
yeah.
But it just doesn't pan that way. So, but that's basically the card, man. I mean, we knew it wasn't that long. I mean, as far as I
think it's a good show. I think it's stacked. I really like what they've done. You're going to get the best rivalry on each show.
Yeah.
And while they built this rivalry, you've got the next set of rivalries building. So that next time it comes up, you get different people on the pay-per-view. And then you wait, and they're building, and maybe the same people back on. You're going to get a lot of variety. Regardless if they cross over the shows or not, it still promises to have a lot more variety. It gives you more time. You can have the rivalries building in shifts, where some of them get 6 weeks to build.
Well, my thing is looking at this card, I think most of these are blow-offs. I think we go in different directions after this. This is like a launching pad for other stuff. Shinsuke and AJ will continue, but because think about it. Carmella and Flair, I think that blow-off, we already talked about why. We thought that was the end of it, why she even got the belt to begin with. Reigns and Joe are on different shows. We think Cass will still be tied to Daniel Bryan because we think Miz is going to be involved at that point. But Rollins is going to go off on his own because they're on separate shows with the Miz. Nia Jax and Bliss, maybe. I thought they'll go away from each other.
I think it's over, yeah.
But, and then again, Hardy and Orton, I just don't think that's a feud.
No, that's not a feud.
KO and Sami with Strowman and Lashley, same thing. I just think it's a one-off that these two are a team, in my opinion, and I hope. And Bayley and Riot, Bayley's probably going to end up with a Sasha, even though I think they keep her babyface. And I think maybe that this could run its course. Maybe Bayley and Sasha are going to be the ones with fighting the Riot Squad. So maybe that's it.
Well, they could bring. There's so many things they could do with this, and I like the fact that they've got this great tool with the Riot Squad to advance that storyline.
Yeah, at least they can put them back together. So then they've just completely wasted our time with the tease of them turning on each other and splitting up, right?
Yep.
But, it happens sometimes.
Vince McMahon is a million years old, and he can still con me every chance he gets. And he gives you what you need, not what you want.
And does it on a weekly basis. But
yep.
Well, anyway, that's the Backlash card. Hey, agree or disagree. I know this thing's going to air a little bit early. I'm going to surprise people. I think it's going to be out a little early, so you got some more time to listen to it. Feel free to comment, feedback, whatever, at Tapped Out Pod, pretty much on all forms of social media. And that's, between Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, of course, over on Facebook, Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. And then, of course, if you got, really want to shoot some direct emails, tappedoutpod@gmail.com. That is tappedoutpod@gmail.com. And head on over to tappedoutpod.com, the website, and you can feel free to check out everything over there.
Man, that's where you want to go find the gold. All the wrestling we have covered. All the interviews. God almighty, I don't know how many interviews we've even got up there. One day we're going to sit down and get a collage of pictures of the people we've talked to. Because we've talked to who it is in the indie wrestling scene right now, and who it was in wrestling 50 years ago. We've been blessed with a great amount of talent to come in. And you got to go over there and check it out, folks. There's a lot of hidden jewels in there.
Oh, yeah. And programming note, just a reminder, the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast is still on hiatus for a little bit while he's getting moved. He'll be back pretty soon. We've got some big news, obviously. Everybody knows about the QT Marshall show coming. It is coming, finalizing the details, and that'll be coming soon enough. And I think everybody's going to be really, really surprised with some of the stuff coming out with that show and some of other things we got in the works. I'm really looking forward to it. But man, that's all the card. That's all the announcements. You got anything else, brother?
I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to get on a soapbox. Stop clickbaiting me about Hogan's return. Everybody post, all these wrestling websites, Hogan's return is imminent. They've been posting the same damn thing since 6 months before WrestleMania. You're still teasing me. There's no reason to bring Hogan back around Backlash. Okay? Don't keep putting that stuff out there. Even TMZ is involved.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything about Hogan's return till I see the brother and I see the thermos on television. Don't tell me he's coming. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing my feed stuffed up with Hogan's return is imminent. It's just not, it's not interesting to me. Okay? Don't post stories that make you think new people have been released when you're still talking about somebody that was released 6 months ago. And the whole Bobby Lashley thing that people were circulating. Why do that, people? Why fool wrestling fans? Be honest and truthful. And that's my 2 cents. And I'm going to tap out.